Divine Feminines, I hope everyone's incredibly well tonight. A bit of a heavy message tonight with your Divine Masculines here coming through about some honesty. They are unhappy. A lot of you know this. I sense a lot of karmic situations, and they're trying to tell you, it's like, yes, I'm unhappy, but you can't fix it. I have to fix it. So, part of this message, I feel, Divine Feminines, is letting you in a little bit to some of the things that they're currently up against. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. All right, let's dive in and see what the Divine Masculines want you to know at this time about certain things that they need to address right now in their own lives. Okay, so we do have offer coming through, and I feel like this could be a big thing as to communication, like why it is they aren't able to offer more. It's because their energy is going towards something else that is taking from their ability to give you a sweet or genuine or beautiful offer like you deserve. And I feel like maybe many of you know this, maybe many of you don't know this, but it's something that they've got to handle with closed off as well. I'm getting that many of your masculines are under a lot of control in their own lives. Okay, many contracts are tying them up. If they are dealing with, let's say, for example, a spouse that they're connected to, it's not as easy as they're letting on to dismantle that connection or to dismantle that relationship. And we also have rebirth and winter. So something's got to go through a death. And I feel like many of your divine masculines, what they could be avoiding is the crumbling of the tower in a public sense in front of everybody is what I'm hearing for some of you. So some of you could have divine masculines who like they may be like very prominent in the public or just in their own community. It doesn't have to be in this big grand scale or anything like that, but I feel like the whole idea of protecting some sort of image is very important, or that is the entanglement or the web that's not easy to get out of. Because what I'm hearing is like if one, like like with Jenga, when you pull out one and the whole thing could tumble, I feel like that's the type of situation that they're in. And if it does go tumbling, there's a lot of eyes that would be on either him or his family. But the overall energy that I'm getting here is the confirmation that somebody genuinely isn't happy. Like maybe they might stray or shy away from that conversation. And I feel like the conversation that you guys bump heads with a lot of the times is like, because I hear the divine feminine in my head saying, okay, well, if that's where you want to be, then go, like, be there. But they keep coming back, or they keep communicating with you, and it's because they're genuinely, there is no situation there other than some kind of business contract or something that was put into place before, and it has a lot to do with stability, like keeping things together. Okay, if they were to lose it, they would have to start over from scratch and lose everything. They would have to give away half of what it is they've accumulated over to somebody else. And there would be a lot of explaining to do. And I'm also hearing job loss, like a lot of your divine masculines, in order to make this offer to you, they would have to step down. So that could be significant for some of you. Some of you could work with your divine masculines. And I'm also hearing to throw in there, not anymore. Like a lot of you could be like, not anymore. So many of you may have, quit that job, or you left it behind because of the connection between you two. And it's always been in limbo is what I'm feeling. But that is what someone wants you to know. It's like their back was up against the wall. If that tower were to crumble, at the time they felt like they would be left with nothing. You wouldn't even want them because they literally would be left with nothing. And I'm also hearing clauses, the way the clauses were made up or written out, they would have lost everything. Okay, what else do they want you to know about their lives and what's going on behind the scenes? Okay, so we have the separation and longing. So they do miss you, divine feminines. I feel like maybe you guys communicate on and off, or maybe it's been a while. Divine feminines, I'm getting this energy of just feeling so fed up by this energy. It just seems like he chose material wealth or status, or that kind of perfect family image, or that perfect marriage image, and the audacity to come and try to communicate with you. So I feel like that's the energy you could be giving off, where you don't want communication. But at the same time, it's like that love, the longing is there. Okay, the longing is there. It's like, what am I doing? Pushing away and then pulling in. So you could be blocking your divine masculines with the closed off. They could be closed off from your energy right now. I feel like the energy of choosing to remain or choosing to stay has definitely taken its toll on the connection between you two, almost severed it so that this tower moment could happen. Because I really am hearing that ever since you guys have stopped communicating, it seems as though it's not worth it. Like they're starting to question, like, was this all worth it? Because when you guys were communicating, it's like they had the best of everything, right? They had everything intact with the tower. And then, of course, they had access to you and they were getting all of that love, that communication, that affection, that a lot of the contracts that they had in place that they were being loyal to weren't able to deliver. So there's been like a severing of that connection between the two of you, so somebody can genuinely decide like what is more important. It was meant to or designed to give them clarity, even right down to you possibly leaving that job, your community, leaving town, moving out. A lot of you may be living a brand new life now and they can see that, or you did something where it's like you started from scratch. You picked up yourself and you might have quit that job or you might have moved out of state, and he literally watched you start from scratch and just be your own person, and now you're your own boss. Maybe some of you may have your own business, and it's making him look like a fool. Like that was child's play. Like, what were you talking about? So yeah, someone could be sitting in this space of having complete clarity about what it is they need to do, but at the same time they know that all of the work is on them. So you could be very silent, divine feminine, maybe watching from afar. If many of you are being affected by like a lot of anger, frustration, of watching them painfully go through the cycle without a lot of realizations, you're being called to like let it go or detach. It's part of their purpose or it's part of their learning. And that's why I feel like they're communicating to you that they have to be the ones to fix this. And I'm also seeing that a lot of you had to go through some kind of separation where it does create a lot of longing, because it's like you guys can't be in communication at all, even like physically. Like it might just boil down to communication by like phone or text, but you can't physically see each other. That has all been designed so that way you, divine feminine, have nothing to do with whatever tower this is that's about to come crumbling down. I feel like all of the clarity has to come from your divine masculines, okay? But many of you made the right decision to either step away, move away, travel away. I don't know what it is about you guys cutting off communication, but I do feel like it was very drastic, divine feminines. That was almost like you had to do it for your own sake, your own need to self-care, and to just get away from your divine masculine, the karmic situation. I'm even hearing a karmic community for some of you. Some of you had to leave like a toxic community that was tied into your divine masculine, and you overcame that. I feel like your reward now is being able to live in peace or live with stability and not need like partnership to do it. Like many of you are leaving people of your past looking at you feeling miserable. Like, how did you do that? How did you get up out of here? Or how did you get out of, I'm also hearing the rat race. So some of you might have learned a very good lesson out of this connection with your divine masculines, and you're celebrating away from the drama or the cycles or the type of people that would stay in that consistent energy of maybe even targeting you as well, divine feminines. That's why I feel like you were yanked out of that environment for a lot of you. And yes, it was painful because I feel like a lot of you were going through this separation, but at the same time, you weren't ready for it. You weren't ready to part ways from one another. It's almost like a karmic energies, and I'm really getting strongly for a lot of you karmic communities, because it wasn't only just like your masculine being married to a partner. It was like that partner and like the family or like a group of friends. It could have been a group of employees, but they were specifically there to, it was like drag your energy down or take your energy or create so much illusion that, it maybe even started tapping on taking away your vitality to work on your spiritual gifts. And that's why I feel like many of you had to protect yourselves, protect your energy, and get out of there. But getting out of there, it's like, the funny thing about this, people try to push you away from your divine masculines, and by pushing you away, that's exactly what opened up his eyes and gave him the clarity about who you are. Like, people thought that by getting you out of the picture, it would be okay, but by getting you out of the picture, which they were successful in doing, it made your divine masculine wake up simply just from longing for you and missing you through whatever separation was initiated by some kind of karmic energy or karmic community. Okay? They started feeling so much regret. They started feeling like so many emotions were being held back, a lot of truth. I feel like businesses started going bad, money started going bad. I'm even hearing for some of them, they started experiencing like illness. Their motivation as well to thrive in whatever endeavors were going on here, everything just started crumbling, and that's how their tower started to fall. It started to fall through targeting you, meant targeting your divine masculine, whoever these karmics were trying to get you out of the picture. By getting you out of the picture, it made your masculine less protected. It made your masculine like they didn't have as much armor, they didn't have protection, they didn't have luck. Everything just kind of started falling down, and at the same time, you might have been building up. You might have been in a space of creation, opportunities coming through and working out for you, especially during a time where people really wanted to see you down and out on your luck. Divine Feminine, they really just wanted you out of the picture, and I do sense for some of you, there really were people around your Divine Masculines that wanted to see you suffer so that you wouldn't be as like attractive to them, or you wouldn't be like someone that they would pay attention to, like you would be more seen as like a liability. Some of you could have children as well. Like, people really did try to paint you out to be somebody that maybe wouldn't have been able to take care of your children. You wouldn't have been able to amount to anything. But I'm telling you guys, like, whatever you're doing, Divine Feminines, it's creating the cracks in your Divine Masculine's foundation that they've created, because it's not built out of purpose. Like yours, whatever you have going on, it's built out of love, purpose, everything that you stand for, everything that you are happy about. I feel like many of you may be doing things that you're working out of like creation. You could be creating things, you could be experiencing entrepreneurship, or even creating a job position for yourself that wouldn't normally exist. A lot of you are just doing your own thing. Okay, a lot of people have been keeping their eye on this and watching it. I feel like especially your Divine Masculines. And I'm just hearing crackling, like their tower is crackling based off of someone feeling like they would rather be there doing what you're doing, or they're inspired by what it is you may be doing. They could be seeing you in their dreams or dreaming of reconnecting. Yeah, someone's ready to, I feel like, take off that mask that they were wearing in that previous situation and just express the truth. I am not happy. And this is why you guys had to step away, Divine Feminines. Okay, I feel like now it's starting to make sense. It's like the minute you stepped away and started focusing on creating legacy for yourself, taking care of your health, getting better organized in your home, maybe budgeting, creating a life of peace and stability, it was mirroring exactly what many of your masculines actually didn't have behind closed doors. Okay, a lot of them were wearing this mask, and a lot of their wealth, all of these things were being controlled by people who didn't want the best for them. I'm also picking up on like, take it, like just take it. Take it and take all of it. Someone's clarity or this rebirth energy or this tower has to do with the simple life, or like, my mission work doesn't need me to have all these material possessions. Take it. Like, you want money and land and car and all these things so bad, just take it. Because I feel like where the Divine Masculine's purpose or happiness lies is this simple, beautiful connection of just being with you. Somebody's ready to walk away from having a lot on their plate, and I'm seeing it in the form of resources, guys. Businesses, money, cars, like managing multiple businesses. Like, they don't want to eat away their life energy around those things anymore. And I'm also hearing like a lot of people that they were surrounded by, even love interest, didn't even care how their energy was withering away for chasing material wealth. You know, when you overfill your cup, like somebody just lost sight of life and living life and there they are watching you just, enjoy the simple little things. And they have so much accumulated wealth and can't even enjoy what it's like to wake up in the morning and feel grateful for their day. Someone's lost sight of what it means to just simply be happy and live. So that is why they're trying to tell you, like, I'm unhappy. I know that you might have tried to come in and love me and tried to show me, give me that clarity, but they couldn't get this clarity until, like, feelings within themselves, truth, expression within themselves had to hit them hard. And the realization came from, okay, if that's what you want, go. Experience it, enjoy it. And it just turned out to be, the truth of the matter is that actually isn't what they want. So, yeah. All right, guys, that is what I have for this quick check-in. I love you guys. Take it easy. I will catch you in the next reading, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.